Hey, it's Sammy and Natalie here, and welcome to the Anxiety Compass, where anxiety isn't the enemy, it's our tour guide. We'll swap stories, share tools, and have a laugh while we find our way back to true north. Come along. Hello and welcome back to another episode. Hey Nat, how are you going?
I'm good, Sammy. How are you, lovely?
I'm fantastic.
Yay!
Fantastic. Hey, I find I've been scrolling more than often on my phone. It was good when I went away, but when I come back, it's like I've started scrolling and looking at things again. And I've
Yep.
noticed there's a lot of people in our industry who are promoting specific foods to calm ourselves and to do all these things. They've got millions of followers, and I cannot eat those foods. And it bothers
Mm,
me that people are just rolling with these influencers or whoever they are and
yep.
not actually listening to their body. Do you agree with me?
Oh, absolutely. Especially they're promoting a lot of the foods that are good for our gut. So while it might be good for our gut, it is not
Can be
necessarily
doing
good for
another
other
whatever.
parts of our system. Exactly.
Yeah. And this is why I'm sort of leaning towards we're doing this episode, why health with inverted commas, I never call them health foods, why health foods might
No.
be making that anxious feeling inside you worse. And nobody's
Mm,
talking about it. This was a huge one for me. And I actually wrote a whole section in my book on it. I
yes.
particularly, for me, I don't know if you have a similar story, but I was doing all the right things in inverted commas. I was big on bone broths. I was having sauerkraut, kimchi, eating clean. And because, I'd read so much into building your gut colony to strengthen your mood and everything. So I ticked all the boxes for that. And I found it actually made everything much, much worse. I was more anxious than I had
Yep.
ever felt in my life. And
Yep.
I'm like, but I'm doing all the right things. So I didn't put it on food. I thought it has to be something else I'm doing because it can't possibly be the foods that I'm doing.
No.
And yeah, it actually felt like I was having six coffees a day. Like I was literally in the shower. I could feel, when you feel anxious and you can feel it in your chest or in your tummy, it was there
Yes.
all the time. Like I was about to have a panic attack.
Yep.
And you know what? It was actually all those foods I was eating. It was all
Yep.
those foods. And I'm wondering if people are listening, if they're eating all those foods, drinking all the kombucha every day, thinking they're doing this, healthy thing, if they are feeling anxious too. Have you ever felt like you've, concentrated on specific health foods to fix yourself, only to have the opposite reaction?
Yeah. I
Mm,
did. You asking me or the audience? Yes, me.
you. I'm
Yes,
asking
I
you.
was.
Well, the audience too.
Yeah, I was very similar. When I started on, nutritional medicine before I'd even started studying, and in my early years, I was doing the same. Like,
Mm,
oh, feed my gut, have the bone broths, all the nourishing,
the
nurturing
thing.
foods. And my anxiety was just going through the roof. And of course, I was
Mm.
blaming, oh, what am I doing wrong? You know, maybe I need to do more meditation, or maybe I need to add in another supplement, or, oh, what am I doing wrong?
Oh,
And
all the
yeah, it was
supplements.
simply this, or looking at other neurotransmitters, maybe there's
Mm.
too little GABA. Maybe
Yeah,
I need to add more of
the
that in. Like I
balancing
went
act.
and bought a GABA tea to try and add in more of that when it was actually, that wasn't
Making
the
it
core
worse.
issue. Yes.
So if you're
Oh,
listening, you're thinking, well, what's going on? Yeah, some people aren't struggling because they're doing the wrong thing. It may just be because their body processes stimulation differently and foods and chemicals in your body. So for
yeah.
me, and I know we've spoken about this before, but genetically, things change. Like we can't break down certain things in our body. My hubby can eat all the things and do all the things. He has ZMA every night, which has it has glutamate in it and glutamine, sorry, and it
Yeah.
helps him to sleep. But if I take that, not the same reaction because it's got a specific chemical in it and in these foods that are building up in my body and my body can't break them down. And there's a lot of people out there like that that are
Yep.
taking these things that are keeping our body. It's like your brain has an accelerator and a brake, or your nervous system, and your accelerator's turned on. You're constantly alert, focused, you're switched on, you're go, 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 you're do, 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 do. I sound like I'm on it at the moment. Woo! But then your brake is meant to calm things down. And some of us, the accelerator works really well, but the brakes don't work as well. So I'm driving a Ferrari with bicycle brakes, basically.
Yes. That's a great analogy. I love that.
And so you've got to be really careful with specific foods that are good for us, inverted commas, because they're not might not be working the same of you because of perhaps the genetics, or perhaps you're really stressed and overwhelmed with life, and it's just adding to that. Yeah, yeah. I feel like I went on a bit of a tangent there.
No, that's good. So,
Yes.
you've mentioned with foods, while we're talking about them, and you've mentioned the, bone broths and the sauerkraut and all those sorts of things. But there are other things that where it's this glutamate is hiding as well. So flavor enhancers.
Oh
Number
yeah.
one is MSG. So a lot of people know about MSG and they're like, oh, I can't eat MSG. This is why, because it's
Yeah.
stimulate.
And
If
it's
you've got a glutamate
disguised.
sensitivity, it's
Mm.
also another one, E621. So look out
Maybe
if
like a
you find
number.
that if you've got this excitatory pathway that you find with eating certain foods.
Mm.
Stock cubes are often really high. Packet soups,
Yeah.
seasoning
Anything that
blends.
tastes ridiculously good, like cheesy, powdery things. I find,
Yes,
and even things in the health
yes,
food aisle that are marketed, like
yes,
cauliflower chips and,
yep,
all those healthy chips. They're
yep,
loaded with yeast extract. That was one that tricked me.
yes,
I didn't know yeast extract
yes,
did the same thing with glutamate in the body.
yep, absolutely. And your aged cheeses
Oh,
specifically,
yeah.
your Parmesan, your cheddar cheese, your soy sauce, your miso. I mean, I when I was going through, when I was having, when I had this sensitivity, and I often had, I took miso soup to uni with me, and I'd add in all these lovely little veggies and stuff. And then I wondered why all afternoon my anxiety was through the roof. I was like, but I'm having miso. What's going on?
I'm the same. I bought a packet of
Oh,
those cauliflower chips. Oh no, it was the mushroom ones. They were.
oh,
I
yeah.
started eating. I'm like, wow, this is really good. You know, MSG. And so I'm like eating the whole packet. And then later in the afternoon, my heart was racing like I'd had like an espresso, and I'm like, what the heck? And I looked at the packet, and I'm like, oh my God, it's the mushroom chips.
Yeah,
So,
because
and they're in the health food store.
mushrooms have natural glutamate in
Well,
it
it was enhanced with
as
the
well.
MSG on top of
And
it.
the enhance,
So,
yeah, exactly. That's the thing. You were getting the double
oh,
whammy because of the
it
enhancements in
was.
there, but also the mushrooms themselves,
And I
as
think,
well as
like,
tomatoes.
for those listening, our body has these little workers inside us called enzymes, and they help to break things down in the body and convert them into. So, glutamate converts into GABA, which is your breaks, your calming.
Yes, it's our
Um,
calming blanket.
you want to calm that glutamate. But if you struggle to produce those enzymes, which is me, up to 70% of certain things in my body and stress and all these things can accentuate that. So when you're already, flight or fighty, you're just enhancing that breakdown's not going to work very well.
Yep,
Um, it's unable to work as efficiently. So those workers are a little bit sluggish. I was about to say sluggish, and they're slowing down. And
mm,
yeah, it's just not working. And there's like, without getting too much into genetics, like, you've got your GAD, COMT, MAO, like there's just so many little, what are they called? SNPs, is that what it's
snips.
called?
Yep,
So in the genetic line, it's coded slightly differently. And
yeah,
you can, I mean, genetics, yes, epigenetics, you might not actually trigger that, or, convert that to, what is it? You can switch that gene on.
yep,
But I think a lot of people are switching it on because it's switched on with stress, poor diet, lack of
yeah,
sleep. All these
yeah.
things trigger that to switch on. So not
Absolutely.
only,
And even, I
yeah,
mean, so many more people now are using protein, shakes and drinks and collagen and stuff, and even they like whey protein isolate, hydrolyzed proteins, and some collagen blends also, go down that glutamate
Oh yeah,
pathway.
it's too
Yeah,
much.
and
There's a
and
lot
oh,
of
and
them that have
aspartame.
glutamine. Yeah.
Anything with the horrible. I
Oh,
mean, we could go
ooh.
into a whole other episode about that, but that's another thing.
Yes, yeah. And glutamate's not a bad thing. Like it's a
No,
little
no,
chemical that happens in the brain that turns
it's
everything.
essential.
We feel amazing. We need it. But if it's too much, you kind of
Exactly.
feel like you're revving your car and going nowhere. Like it's not great. The compass is just going crazy if we're going to use it
Yes,
as an analogy. And
absolutely.
we can't slow it down. It's like magnets are pulling it at every angle. You can't find your true north in that.
No,
And you
exactly.
mentioned
But
heat.
also, I mean, it's essential for learning, it's essential for our memory, it's essential for our neural activation. So yeah, it's not a bad monster in our body. It's just that if it's switched on and over excitatory, then that's when we have an issue.
Yeah. And I also wonder, like, as it builds up, I find people they feel anxiety is just something that you're doing or worried or stressed. I could be sitting down, perfectly happy, everything going great, my hormones are all balanced, and I have a bloody packet of those freaking chips. And all of a sudden, it's a chemical thing. So anxiety and those anxious feelings, quite often they don't come from your thoughts. It can be a chemical
Yes.
overactivation. And people don't understand that. Like they're like, why am I overthinking? Why am I panicking? Why am I worrying? It's like your chemicals are out of whack because of something you've put in your body, and those little workers aren't able to keep up, and it's just
No,
building up, and your nervous system cannot switch off. So this is a very chemical episode we're doing here. The
it
chemical
is.
part of
It is.
the
But yeah, it's important.
yeah. Yeah, be careful. So if you're sitting there constantly drinking bone broths and all of these, we haven't done an episode on histamine yet, have we? But they're quite often
No,
they're the really high
no.
histamine foods.
Yeah,
Um,
because that can also overlap with the histamine sensitivity.
yeah, yeah. And I wonder, like, if you are doing a gut healing, check your supplements because I do find a lot of nutritionists and naturopaths don't consider this when they're treating their patients. Uh,
No.
a lot because glutamine is really great for gut healing, but
Yeah.
if you're not breaking
Yes.
it down, you could be taking these wonderful gut healing powders, and they have 2 grams of glutamine in them. Like I cannot touch these.
Mm,
I cannot touch these, particularly
yeah.
when I'm, already a little bit stressed. And if you're having gut issues and you're overwhelmed, the chances are you're probably a little bit stressed, right? You don't end up
Yep.
with major gut issues when you're really chilled most of
No.
the time.
No.
Um, yeah, pouring fuel on the fire, so to speak.
Absolutely. And I don't think it's about, don't rush off and do a strict elimination diet and just remove everything. Again, just being aware, being mindful, maybe have a 2 to 3 week period where you reduce if you are having a lot of these
Mm,
foods that we've mentioned, and just observe things like your sleep. Does that improve? Your
yeah.
anxiety levels, your nervous system. How are you feeling on a day-to-day basis? Are you walking around constantly still hyper vigilant, or have
Mm,
you noticed that things have just quietened down a bit? That may be an indicator that you do have this issue with glutamate.
yeah, because we're not fear-mongering foods. These foods are
No,
incredibly nutritious. Like they've been around for centuries.
incredible. Yes,
For the right person at the right time as
absolutely.
well. And
Absolutely.
they can be extremely calming because, as we said, that glutamate breaks down to GABA. And if you are really calm when you're eating these foods, then they're fantastic for you. But for
Absolutely.
me, I can have small amounts. They're very activating for me. Um,
Yes. And
so,
and the way to support that, I mean, obviously don't self-prescribe. Go and see a qualified practitioner like someone like ourselves, clinical nutritionists, naturopaths,
will help you.
anyone that is aware like of this sort of work in the body. But, vitamin B6, now I know that there's been a lot of talk in the media in recent times about B6. So again, do not go and just self-prescribe because
Oh,
B6
so
can
many
actually
do.
have issues with our nervous system.
That was me.
But B6, so look at B6 foods, because B6 is actually what converts glutamate into GABA. So if you've got this issue with conversion of glutamate and regulating it, then B6. Magnesium calms our whole nervous system down.
Mm.
Zinc modulates our neurotransmitters, and also looking at have your blood glucose, stable blood sugar
Mm.
also helps to calm that down because when we have those sugar spikes, that also feeds into that excitatory
Yep.
pathway in our
Very
body as well.
excited. I'm always excited now. And that's the thing. Like I say, I'm not anxious. I'm excited. I literally am. My body is very excited about everything.
Yes, yes, sometimes a little bit too much.
A little bit too much. I'm a Ferrari running around. It's like a little
You're
too
like a kid
much.
on Christmas Eve.
I know, right? I am. I need to calm.
Oh, that's why I love you though.
Oh, my kids put me in check. They're like, Mom, can you just stop talking for 5 minutes? I'm excited. Like, particularly if we go to a theme park or something. I'm so, on a cruise, you get given sort of like an itinerary of what's on. And I'm like, oh my gosh, we're going to do this and this and this and this. And I'm flagging all things. And my husband's just sitting there like, can we just not? Can we just sit and watch band? I'm like, but I want to do the trivia. It was Kath and Kim
Oh,
trivia.
I love trivia on
No.
cruise ships. They're the
I
best.
too.
And bingo. The first time I went on a
Oh,
cruise, I was 21. And
it's
every
fun.
afternoon at 5 p.m., I went off to do the bingo because it was so much
It is
fun.
fun. It's all fun. And I am an excited person. I just want to flip from one thing to the next. Like I said to him, we have to do the Kath and Kim trivia and the Friends trivia. Like I'm great at these things.
Yes.
We did the Disney trivia, and the table next to us was an Asian family, and they were all wearing Mickey Mouse shirts. I was like,
So
we got
they
a
were, yeah,
chance.
yeah. They were your
They were
competition.
good fun. They're good fun, but they were definitely, yeah.
But
So,
yes, having that time to just lie by the pool and read a book or I remember, I mean, I've only been on a cruise once or twice, but I used to love going and sitting right up the top, right near the big funnel thing
oh
on the ship.
yeah,
Nobody else would go up there to get away from the crowds, and I would just sit
yes.
there and look out at the ocean.
Oh, it's so therapeutic, isn't
It
it? I
really
get a little
is.
bit nervous at night though. I'm worried about like the deep ocean is one of my fears. Like, oh, I couldn't think of anything worse than oh,
Oh,
I
yes.
didn't go there.
Yes.
But
No, no,
going
no,
back to
no.
the topic or question, when you were saying relax and that, like I find I can handle these activating foods because it's not just about one food. It's about the total load on your system. So painting the
Yes.
bigger picture, the stress, the poor sleep, we've mentioned that, the blood sugars, the low magnesium, all of that, a busy lifestyle. And then you add the
Environmental
stimulating
toxins.
foods. Yeah, so your system tips over. So if
Yeah.
you are a really calm person and you're enjoying all these, like I've got a friend who lives over in South Korea at the moment, and he shares pictures of all the kimchi and stuff he's eating over there. I'm like, perhaps his system isn't the same as mine. And I said to him, like, these foods, I just can't eat these foods at the moment. I've got too many things going on. Take them on a cruise ship with me. I'll eat them on the cruise. Yeah. So if you're listening and you tick yes to any of these, I'm wondering, you feel wired but exhausted. Your brain won't land the plane. You're just constantly on. You're sensitive to noise, lights, people. You feel anxious in your body. You overact but don't know why. Hello. You can't switch off at night, and it feels like your body is always in a panic, ready to run away. Your brain's trying to catch up with your body, basically. If you are sitting in the car or wherever you are and you're nodding your head going, yes, 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 have a look at your diet. See how many of these foods that you eat. Maybe you eat aged cheese for dinner with biscuits, with a
Yeah.
little bit of sauerkraut on the side. Hello.
Mm.
And I wonder if that anxiety is reading false danger signals because of the chemical imbalance in your body.
Yeah. Yes.
Reducing that load temporarily, as Nat was saying before, don't just go and remove everything. Just slowly
No.
reduce and see. And support the body. Go and see a nutritionist and look at things like magnesium, balancing your blood sugars, as we mentioned,
Yeah.
slowing down, going into the forest. The
Oh,
forest.
yes. The forest.
Yes. Learn your body. not someone else's health plan. I'm always
Yes.
preaching that. Learn your body,
Yep.
not someone else's health plan. Um,
Absolutely.
yeah.
We are all completely different. And, two
Yeah.
people could walk into our clinic and they've both got exactly the same presentation,
Mm.
but two completely different, root causes,
Yeah,
how they got to that
totally.
point. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Let's close with a reflective question. Do you have anything else to add before I jump in there? Because
No, I
we're
think,
good.
yes, for a very science heavy um, subject, I think we've done well to just,
Well, we could have gone down the
condense it
pathway of
down. Yeah.
glutamate to this, to this, to this,
And
and all.
glutamine. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
we
No, that's
we
too
want to
much.
sort of keep it. I love my metaphors. Um,
Yes.
have you ever added something, inverted commas, healthy into your routine and felt worse, but
Mm.
ignored it because you thought this is what I need to do because this is what Joe on this channel does and she has 1 million followers. It must be good. That drives me mental.
Me too.
Shall we leave it there?
We shall, I think.
All
Yes.
right. If you ever want to learn a little bit more, feel free to reach out to us. We're more than happy to chat further on specific topics on the channel. On the channel. Oh, I guess we've got a channel.
Yes. Yes.
And yeah, we will see you on the flip side. I'm gonna go.
Bye.
I need to go and find a tree to sit under.
Yeah, me too.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us on the Anxiety Compass. If you loved this episode, share it with a friend who needs a little laugh and a lot of calm. We'll see you in the next one. Keep following your true north. Disclaimer time. Sammy and Natalie may be clinical nutritionists, but we're not your personal doctors. What you hear is for learning and laughing, not diagnosing or prescribing. If things feel bigger than you, call your doctor or local support line or reach out to a qualified health professional. They've got your back too.